Here's an AFN News update for you. I'm Bronson Woodruff. A federal appeals court refused on Wednesday to lift an order that says the Trump administration cannot deport Venezuelan illegals deemed to be a threat to Americans. A split three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit said this. President Trump sent the last bunch out by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, the first time it's been invoked since World War II. The president's admin deported hundreds of people to El Salvador under a presidential proclamation calling the Tren de Aragua an invading force. U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem on Wednesday visited a high-security El Salvador prison, the same one where Venezuelan gang members have been held since the Trump admin flew them out of the U.S. The tour included 2 crowded cell blocks, the armory, and an isolation unit. Noem's trip to the prison comes as the Trump admin seeks to show it is deporting people it describes as the worst of the worst. The Trump administration is arguing in federal court that it was justified in sending the Venezuelans to El Salvador. An appeals court in California has allowed a judge's order requiring the Trump administration to rehire thousands of federal workers to stay in place. These workers were let go in mass firings. A split 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals panel turned back an emergency motion late Wednesday to pause the order. The order came from U.S. District Judge William Alsup. Labor unions and nonprofits brought this case. President Trump is moving to dramatically downsize the federal workforce. President Trump said he was placing 25% tariffs on auto imports. It's a move the White House claims would foster domestic manufacturing, but could also put a financial squeeze on automakers that depend on global supply chains. This will continue to spur growth, Trump told reporters Wednesday, adding, "We'll effectively be charging a 25% tariff." The White House expects the tariffs to raise $100 billion in revenue annually. It could be complicated, though, as even U.S. automakers source their components from around the world. The tax hike starting in April means automakers could face higher costs and lower sales, though Trump argues that the tariffs will lead to more factories opening in the United States and the end of what he judges to be a ridiculous supply chain. That'll do it for this AFN News Update. More on the stories you just heard, as well as more news from a Christian perspective, can be found on our website, afn.net. That is afn.net. Thank you for watching. I'm Bronson Woodruff.